Hello, hello. Welcome to Killer Whale Ventures. We are building the world's largest and most successful algorithmic trading community. So what I'm going to start doing in addition to our live streams is about a 10 or 15 minute daily recap of all of the assets that we're looking at and how our trades are progressing, as well as talking about our long-term algorithms and a few other things on stream. All of the algorithms that you're about to see are 100% available and they are 100% free as long as you go ahead and subscribe to this video and send your TradingView username into our Discord support. All of the links for the TradingView indicators and strategies that we're giving away are located in the description below. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, our moving averages, the 10 and the 20 crossed bearishly on October 19th. And ever since then, we've been kind of seeing this downward push that we've been having since mid-October. What we're looking at here is we are firmly in the bullish control zone. This bullish control zone goes all the way back to 2023. You can see over here, January 2023 is where we flipped bullish, and we have been in this green cloud or this bullish control zone ever since 2023. Now, our moving averages just give us kind of an indication of whether we're in a bullish stance or a bearish stance within that control zone. So you can see we've been in bullish stances from, the end of 2024 all the way till about February 2025. We went into a bearish stance, a bullish stance again around April, and we've been in a bearish stance since October. So a bit of a conflicted message here because we're bullish until proven otherwise, but the moving averages have been pointing to the downside for the last couple of months now. Our long-term accumulation algorithm, as you can see here, just made its most recent purchase today, which was right around our Christmas season and, end of December here. We've seen several accumulation entries as we've moved throughout this downward trend. So we'll just see where we can stay above this $81,000 level, this $80,000 level. We will remain bullish and will remain in this bullish control zone. From a technical standpoint, we are looking at a bear pull bear flag, which we found support around target number 1. So we did form a bit of a higher low after we hit target number 1. And really, we don't want to go much lower than target number 3 here, because if we go lower than our target number 3 for this bear pull bear flag, then that'll be breaking into a firm bearish control zone. So really what we want to see is just kind of continue to make higher lows here and start floating back to the upside. I am by no means short on this play. I just like to measure the targets to the downside to see where we could possibly go. So Bitcoin bullish until proven otherwise, although we have been seeing some bearish activity. Let's go ahead and look at Ethereum. Ethereum, we entered a play back on December 6th-ish. And we did achieve target number 1. So we take 50% of our trade off at target number 1. With this play being a risk to reward 2-to-1, we will make money no matter what, even if it does come back down to our stop loss, because we've taken 50% of our trade off the table at target number 1. Now, this target is measured from this descending channel. So basically, we had a descending channel breakout and retest, and we've been, basically sitting in the rest of the other 50% of this trade since we hit target number 1. Now, we do have a larger broadening structure, but we need to take it one day at a time until we can see target number 2 and 3 and our psychological level of 4,000 achieved before we can start making any sort of plays on this descending broadening structure here. Binance Coin, we had this descending triangle structure, and we did enter this trade, so we had a breakout and a firm retest here. If I go ahead and turn off our long-term algorithm, you can see this was actually my entry point for this trade, and we have not achieved target number 1, and we have also not had our stop loss get activated. So just kind of chilling in Binance Coin at the moment, but you can see our long-term accumulation algorithm has been buying all through this zone and continuing to accumulate. Our long-term accumulation algorithm has had 83% profitable trades in its lifetime, and has done really, really well because Binance Coin has done well over the years. You know, year to date up 21%, with the most recent all-time high being just back in October. So as everything started to progress to the downside, greater crypto market wide, Binance Coin was hitting a new all-time high. So we've been accumulating this thing since Binance Coin was about $5. Now it's sitting at about $850. So over the years, this thing has done great. As far as a speculative technical analysis style of play, we have targets measured at 984, 1150, and 1304. If we do get to our second 1150 target, that will put us back into bullish control. So we're just going to have to see how this plays out, but this was a nice area for a low risk entry, and we are still at that entry point. So with our stop loss being at 787. So Binance Coin is looking good. Low risk entry for a technical analysis style of play here. Let's go ahead and look at XRP. XRP is in a descending channel at the moment. I do have some speculative targets measured out here. But we're not going to be able to enter this play until we see a solid daily candle close above this descending trend line. Now, all of these blue triangles that you can see are our long-term algorithm. Our long-term algorithm has had 100% successful trades in its lifetime, with its last major selling event occurring at the end of 2024. If you would like access to these algorithms to be able to manage your risk automatically and mathematically, just go ahead and drop your TradingView username into our Discord support, and I will make sure to get you access to all of these long-term, short-term, and you can use these algos for a lot of different things. So Solana in a descending channel. Many assets are in these descending channels at the moment. And it is currently in bearish control according to our long-term accumulation algorithm. So we've been sitting in this zone of confluence. This purple box right here has had support all the way back to 2024. As you can see, this area has interacted with the price action the most amount of times as support. So we aren't in a play at the moment on this, but I am speculating that we'll have a bullish breakout of this descending channel at some point, in which I've measured some targets, but we can't really talk about that until we have a firm break with a daily candle close above that descending trend line. Tron is one of my absolute favorites to accumulate because this thing has never been in bearish control since its existence in 2017. So we've just been accumulating quietly through the course of this year, with our last major selling event occurring at the end of 2024 when we had that pump up to all-time high. Besides that, on a technical standpoint, what I'm looking at here is a descending channel. We did put in a double bottom just the other day from November 23rd and December 14th. And then we had a higher low recently that kind of bounced off of our heart line of the descending channel. So we're not in a play at the moment as far as a technical analysis type of move goes, but I am speculating that we will have a breakout to the upside at some point in the near future, in which case we'll be able to measure our targets a little bit more accurately and talk about where we might be looking at our target 1, 2, and 3 from that breakout point. Other than that, just quietly accumulating until we see some sort of breakout of this descending channel. Moving on to gold here. So gold had a 5% dump today, but that's okay because we just recently had this symmetrical triangle, really like a bull pole bull flag. Very large structure, but we did have a breakout of our symmetrical triangle, which took us up to target number 1. So we were able to take 50% of our trade off the table at target number 1. So with a 2.35 risk to reward, target number 1 made it so that even if we do come back down to our stop loss, we will make money on this play no matter what. We're very adamant about 50% coming off the table at target number 1, moving our stop loss up to break even at target number 2. But you can see today gold was pumping really nicely, and then we got rejected off of that most recent high level of 4,500. Okay, moving on to the Mag 7. Google has been in this ascending channel for some time. Our last major swing play that we had was back over here on, this November 10th through 17th. We had our entries, and then we had a nice swing from the bottom of the channel up to the top of the channel. We did just start entering another bullish position as we move back into bullish control here, but I am expecting, if I zoom out to like the daily here, I am expecting, if I turn off the algo, yep, here we go. I'm expecting some sort of downside move at some point on Google here. So we've been in this ascending channel since about June, July. And I'm just expecting that we're going to have some sort of downward push here at some point. So I have targets measured around 272 and then 247 and then all the way down to 220. So we'll just have to keep an eye on if we do get a solid break out of this descending or this ascending channel. We might have some downside action. Whether I'll maybe sell some of my long port or take out some short shares or something like that, that might be something that I look at doing on Google when we do see some sort of downside move, if we ever see a downside move again, right? Stocks go up. So all right, Google, very good. Tesla, I am looking for a re-entry here on a technical analysis standpoint. I'm waiting on target number 3 from this previous play. So we had this descending triangle, jump the creek breakout, and we have achieved target number 1 and 2. But what I'm really looking at the moment is this descending broadening structure. Let me turn off this moving average here. Yep, just the technicals here. So we're looking at this descending broadening structure at the moment, which would, if we can achieve target number 2, that'll also achieve target number 3 from our previous play. But what I'm looking at here is we had a solid breakout, and I was able to enter on this gap up. But what I'm looking for is now we're coming back for a retest, and we have not achieved target number 1. So I will be looking for a re-entry some point when we go and test this trend line, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to be looking to average my position down right here, and then playing this with my stop loss down around that 436.79 level. So this is my speculation on a low risk entry at the moment, because we did have this descending broadening structure, and I am expecting to come and hit target number 3 from our previous play sooner than later. Meta, really weird. We were talking about it on stream a little bit, but basically we have this cup and handle kind of formation, and I was going to speculate a spot move to the upside if we did start to break out of this cup and handle to the upside. Well, the exact opposite happened on Meta, and we're looking at a downward break out of this kind of cup and handle formation. So not a whole lot to talk about on Meta besides this larger structure, this descending structure here. So I have this measured. I'm not going to really be playing this. I might even just delete these if this continues to go to the downside, and we'll just kind of resize this up when we see something a little more worthy of a speculative technical analysis style play. Now, Amazon we were talking about on stream today as well. Amazon has had an amazing breakout of this descending broadening formation. Really nice descending broadening structure. We already entered this play the day after we closed above our trend line. So that was on December 22nd we entered this play. I am looking for some sort of retest, and if we can get a retest back down to our entry level, I will be adding to this position. But currently, with a risk to reward 2.79 to 1, if we hit target number 1, we're going to take 50% of the trade off the table, whatever that looks like, whether it's just the amount we have now, or if we're going to do more of the technical analysis style of average my position and then looking for higher targets. Now, we did kind of speculate a little bit of a head and shoulders, really ugly looking head and shoulders going on that could push us to the downside as well. So we're just going to have to see how Amazon does, but I have targets all the way up to new all-time high at target number 3 would be 260, and target number 4 all the way up at 273. So if we can just keep this descending broadening structure breakout, that'll be good, and we could see some higher targets, although we do want to just keep in mind that there could be some sort of head and shoulders pattern here, which might push us to the downside. Overall, if we did come and form this head and shoulders kind of pattern, that would push me up to like target number 1. So that would be good enough for me because we'd take 50% of our trade off the table, and then no matter what, we'd be making money on this play. But at the moment, we're in it to win it, and just going to have to see what happens. Let's go ahead and look at Apple. Apple has been on a downward breakout. So we have had an ascending channel to the upside. And what we're looking at right now is we did break out and retest this ascending channel. So I do have targets on Apple down to 263, 250, and 224. I really don't think we're going to get to that 224 level, but if we could get to target number 1 here at 263, that would make me happy because I do have some short shares going on, and that would make it so with 1.9 to 1 risk to reward, that would give me a solid profitable play if we can just get to target number 1, which would make a lot of sense to me, but we'll see what happens there. And then Microsoft, I am in a Microsoft play at the moment. Again, descending channel type of pattern, and we do have multiple targets measured out. Target number 1 being 507, target number 2, 526, and target number 3, 560. So, yep, we're already in this Microsoft play, and as you can see here, the algo has been accumulating all through this downswing as well. And target number 3 would bring us right back up to our previous all-time high level. So I am expecting a nice move out of Microsoft. Again, target number 1, 2.73 risk to reward. So if we can hit target number 1, we take 50% of our trade off the table. No matter what, we're making money. But at the moment, we're just, marching through this breakout, and we've been a little bit stalled through the Christmas week. But I'm expecting some pretty good moves here out of Microsoft in the next couple weeks, next couple months. NVIDIA also in a move at the moment, also in a technical analysis play. We did enter upon the daily candle close being above our descending trend line. We have also put in a bit of a gap, so I am expecting this gap to maybe get filled where we could come in and have a secondary entry. Either way, we're in this play. And target number 1 has a risk to reward of 2.96 to 1. So if we get up to target number 1, even if we come back down to stop loss, we're going to make money on this play. But at the moment, just kind of waiting to see if we can float up to our target number 1 here. And then I have targets measured at 196, 214, and 222. So if we get to that 214 target, that will put us at a new all-time high on NVIDIA. And yeah, I'm fully expecting for this move to play out here. Don't really see any reason why we wouldn't have this move play out in some sort of fashion, but that's why we always try and take entries at low risk areas and, set our hard stops just in case. Let's go ahead and look at SPY. SPY put in a new all-time high just the other day, and it also achieved target number 1 of our technical analysis play. So we've taken 50% of our trade off the table here, and even if we come back down to stop loss, we will make money on this play. So again, another descending broadening kind of structure with a jump the creek breakout and a nice retest. We are entered right about where it looks on our chart here, so right about that 676 level. And yeah, we achieved target number 1 just 2 days ago, and we're just looking for higher prices up to 700, and then target number 3 being at 713. So very nice, lots of cool stuff going on in the market. That's going to be it for these short videos, about 19 minutes. And if you would like access to any of the algorithms I was just talking about, just drop your TradingView username into our Discord server, and I'll be sure to get you access to all that stuff. Also, this stream is sponsored. This channel is sponsored 100% by us. So go ahead and check out our new Killer Whale Intelligence platform. That's killerwhaleventures.com. We have 3 conservative, moderate, and aggressive AIs that you can hook to any of your cryptocurrency exchanges via API key. We are running a sale for the next 2 days that is 50% off of any of your first month subscriptions. So using code CyberMonday50, you can get 50% off of your first month's purchase. Okay, thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we're going to keep doing these updates. Bye-bye.